Welcome to the Hermitcraft recap. My name is LayXP, and sometimes you just gotta do everything yourself. Pixel Riffs is away today, and I couldn't get anyone else booked in time. Worry not, I still got a plentiful recap ready for you, and all it took is me skipping the entirety of Minecon live.
You see, it's the poop! It works so well!
So please, tell me what did I miss in the showcase, or at the very least lie about it believably in the comment section.
Sure. Yeah, why not?
You can't be doing what your chat tells you to do.
But with all that out of the way, let's take a look at all the events and mishaps that occurred on the Hermitcraft server this week.
Currently I'm building a pond, and now I'm just thinking, Matt, I might just make the rest of the series pond building.
Starting with Keralis, because he's still building his Roman Empire, and I'm still celebrating the Ides of March. It's a Tumblr thing, don't worry about it.
Love it, love it.
Now, these past weeks, Keralis has been primarily grinding, and so have his villagers.
Imagine making bomb chihuahua one of his French girls.
But this next project of his is actually a marble quarry. It makes sense that the Roman city would need one to get their building materials from. However, here in modern day Minecraft, marble does not exist. So Keralis actually has to put the marble into the hole in the ground himself, since there simply isn't any. Quartz, diorite and mushroom stems do well as the visual equivalent, though it is very funny that he has to put rocks into the ground, which you will know is exactly the opposite of what a quarry does. Man, so much effort went into making it look like somebody spilled giant sugar cubes across these plains. Regardless, I will be holding a vigil for the man's personal life, since he has now unlocked the zombie customization rabbit hole of build detailing. And there's no coming back from that. Especially when he can give the zombies customized 3D hats and dress them as legionnaires with the armor trims. This might seem like only a minor sidestep from the armor stand decoration, but consider this, they look at you when you look at them. Yeah, this is true immersion right here.
Oh, you are adorable. Well, not really.
There's further development in the land of insane detailing, as Zombie Cleo rediscovers their love for map art. The art of making a landmass look like a picture, so that the map of the landmass also looks like that picture. Of course, this time the trick is that the backdrop of the map is transparent, letting them basically put whatever pixels they want directly onto the in-game blocks.
Like, I feel like this is the new shop. Just little armor stand, like how armor stands are a thing, now invisible maps are going to become a thing, and look how sparkly they are.
The unexpected side effect here is that while Cleo is out in the end dimension painting PNG files, their neighbors in the overworld have begun encroaching onto Cleo's territory. Which is a big problem, because it's an archaeological dig site.
I knew it was going to be close. I didn't realize how close it was going to be until the walls went in.
Before the marvels of the past are bulldozed over, Cleo blocks out the perimeter of their base with decorated pillars, with logograms carved on the side with map arts. Something I was hoping I'd left behind back in the algebra classes.
Which is the Maya system of writing. Well, it's hieroglyphs, logograms, and just a whole bunch of things.
But really, rewarding Rendog with stickers with stars on them for good behavior has worked great so far, so I don't see him being a problem anymore.
You know, have you ever seen a bird poop blueberries before?
I haven't, no.
They poop blueberries.
Get creative, XP. Just get creative with the poo. It's fine.
Now, despite his neighbors offering to put whatever squiggly lines onto whatever blocks he wants, Rendog does demolish a piglin bastion for the gilded blackstone, a material only really valuable for the squiggly lines.
I spoke too soon, everybody. I broke some gilded blackstone and the pigs are now angry, although incantations of the arcane, doing the wonders of the counterspell.
This material is valuable to Rendog specifically though, because he has started introducing the Abyssal School of Magic to the Wizard Society. Essentially, the faction of magic users with evil ideas, such as portals for easy public infrastructure. The Riftstone portal has appeared to serve as the nether gateway for Rend's base, though I don't think we should be worried about them at all, given that it's on a tower with no stairway to it. Whatever troops the Abyssals send will start out with broken legs. Thankfully, Ren gets lucky and the new gateway connects nicely to his old portal in the nether, which I didn't realize was a risk at all. I suppose the art of dividing coordinates by 8 has been lost to the dark side as well.
Which is actually kind of helpful. That's pretty awesome. That means I don't need to move this thing or do any nether portal shenanigans, which can be a pain in the butt in this game.
With this going on, it's pretty refreshing to see Joe Hills use a map as an actual map. As the races of the Nautilus River Grand Prix continue, Joe realizes he maybe will stop getting lost in Pearlescent Moon's segment if he just holds a map of the Pearlescent Moon segment. This brings his UI while driving the snail that much closer to an actual racing game. We did it, everyone! In 2026 we finally got Need for Speed underwater.
Am I going the right way?
Did you not bring a map?
There's no map.
I got a
You
map.
give
Look
me
at my
your
offhand.
nonsense.
This is still not quite enough for Joe to actually qualify in the tournament, but it did earn Joe enough knickknacks to decorate his office in the nautical theme, complete with a fish in a bucket behind a glass block, to break in case of a fire.
The fish is technically in suspended animation inside the bucket.
He does also make up a song about buying coral from Jevin, proving that Jeff did indeed pay the wrong guy to advertise his shop actually.
Heading off to the Coral Emporium. It's the store where you buy coral. Buying the coral underwater. But there's not an ender chest, so I gotta go get some diamonds, I guess. Oh wait, there it is.
As for the Dread Pirate himself, he's been swallowed whole by the creative single player, and only the Nautilus race can bring him back to his server mates.
Whoa.
Ow! Oh, I can't see anything. At this point, I am just a person to fill in an empty spot in that race because I'm so bad.
In his defense, he has a remarkably massive pirate ship to will into existence, and the only thing more insane than deciding to build it this big to begin with would be doing it without a plan whatsoever. That being said, the wooden aircraft carrier here is not even its final form, since none of the detailing has been applied. Look, I'm just saying, has anyone shown Jevin any anime lately? Because this will be very hard to build in one piece.
So some things that we'll be definitely adding. Again, we're going to be adding tie downs to everything. I'm going to add a few more tension sails in. You know, this is a season-long project. I don't know if it's going to take that long, but...
As per usual, the actual standings in the No Olympics can be found in CupFan135's video. And he sure does everything within his power to throw a curveball at the competitors. Since Good Times with Scar wasn't able to finish his part of the river in time for the big swim, Cub takes over that part in time to make the third round extra confusing. This segment now splits into 3 separate underwater tunnels, all bendy and interwoven, but about the same length to make them an equivalent fair choice. And then Cub goes off the deep end and just fills the river with floating copper golem corpses. Surely there were better ways to make floating obstacles without committing this much little guy violence.
And it's going to be like a giant mass of them here. So this is going to be awesome. This is going to be maybe my favorite section we've made so far.
If anything, the tunnel situation just proved that to Cub, this race is just marble run with the server mates for marbles. Green does that more directly, and straight up Pokeballs, Impulse and Pearl.
Yeah. No, because
There she goes!
Oh,
There she goes!
It wasn't me this time, okay.
Do you already know that from our previous recap, or the Green video you all apparently watched 30 minutes before it? Geminite and Green supercharged Pearl's Enderpearl stasis chambers to several 100,000 blocks. We actually get a look at the trajectory of the yeet in Xumovoid's video thanks to the trace of the loaded chunk that the Enderpearl left behind.
Oh my god, it's literally like a chunk line going...
Will Pearl's house still be there?
The house that she built
At
at
the
the end.
But what our previous recap couldn't show you is that Green's base mountain isn't nearly ready for the observatory he wants to put on top of it, though much work remains to be done for below the water level. So Green decides to temporarily drain the lake surrounding the build site to more efficiently sculpt the exact lake bed below. The mad lad. Is it the most efficient way of doing it? Probably not. But it is more efficient than trying to talk him out of it, that's for sure.
I've drained many an ocean, many a river in my time. and it's quite a grueling task.
As the server members are getting rapid fired to the border of the Farlands, Exumavoid decides it's a good idea to start providing firework rockets in the Nether Hub.
If you are thinking, X, wait, there's a better way to do this. Well, you'll be happy to know that I went on a walk and I got to think the idea over again.
His gunpowder and pepper farm are already rolling flight rockets en masse, so he just has to send them over to the Nether elevator for community use. Never mind that midway through the production process, the creepers in the gunpowder farm manage to unionize, blow through the killing chamber, and overthrow his AFK account.
But have no worries, I fixed up the farm and somehow it happened again.
To help with that, X had to disable the music disc production side of the farm, doing what Bandcamp couldn't and shutting down the record industry.
If you are thinking, X, wait, there's a better way to do this. Well, you'll be happy to know that I think I need a break. It's time to move on from this project.
So this is overall a very aspirational story about community collaboration in which Exumavoid uses Skizzleman's unlimited mangrove offer to craft all the hoppers he needed. Mangrove being one of the most expensive woods to produce, while Exuma, I'm pretty sure, has a bamboo farm sitting somewhere crafting planks for free.
How many? 48?
48 stacks, yeah.
I love it.
Okay, that's great. If you are thinking, X, wait, there's a better way to do this. Well, yeah.
Mad redstone skills continue as XB Crafted comes up with his own design for the warped fungi farm, and really gives the Murphy's Law a run for its money when he shows the thing to not one, but 4 different redstoners. Etho, Kapfan and Impulse all give the thing their seals of approval, as does Kiralis, who is also there for some reason.
It's honestly, like, a lot of this stuff is a lot simpler than people think.
Though BWO hasn't examined the rig yet, so clearly the certification process is not complete. DocM77 appears unavailable for comment, since he has his own rogue redstone contraption to figure out. Or Methods redstone contraption, the exact ownership here is debatable. Their mission today is to develop a scorekeeping mechanism for Doc's shulker shooting minigame. Since it turns out, none of the players were actually looking at their in-game score display, gamers don't look down.
So, you know, when you break the high score, you get a trophy. I think that's already a pretty good idea.
The solution is to assemble this magical contraption that makes a chest boat jump from under the ground and seamlessly updates the floating shelf at the minigame's entrance, using it as a sort of 3-digit display to write down the high score on. And a 3-digit display for that is hilariously optimistic given the scores I've seen come out of this thing.
And Keralis is still holding the 15-point world record with his, you know, round 1 miracle performance where he was playing like he was, you know, literally controlling the Matrix. After that, nobody could beat it.
And now, for something completely different, here is a voice clip of Joel Smallish Beans saying that's cringe.
That's cringe.
Do with it what you want. Though a lot is happening at the happy farms of Joel's base, center stage this week is the rotund green house, which is also the red house, which is also the yellow house. You get it. That is because of all the possible things that could be preventing Joel from building his rainbow, it's dice for the glass that he's now bottlenecked on. With that in mind, Joel populates the florist tree with the florists, planning to put a more automated bone meal power farmerator of the stuff under the floorboards.
It's just too happy up here. We need to go down to the surface and get killing horses. Because it's just too happy up here, guys. There's too many fireflies and happiness and bees flying around. We need to go down below the ground and make misery, okay? Because that's just the way of the world.
I find this highly relatable, because having heard him talk at half the speed, I too now crave dying.
I've slowed my voice down ever so slightly. Does it sound cool? Does it sound really much better than my old normal voice?
And finally there's Mambo, who has rediscovered the slow zoom button.
I just rediscovered this zoom button, and I've been doing this. I've been doing this for far too long on my own.
He has also rediscovered a stretch of land in his base that's been left rather empty, and decided to put a pond down there. But as Mambo's base this season is built so thoroughly it might as well be in Skyblock, he starts with the bottom, and now we're here. Yes, the basalt at the floor means that the lake is somehow volcanic. And I don't know nearly enough about lakes or volcanoes to figure this out.
I think we might be ready to start filling this thing with water.
To add the extra bit of depth, Mambo puts a body of a rotting automaton at the center, decomposing in a puddle of oil, which sure is a foreshadowing for later when he joins the river race, and there's hundreds of them.
Oh, I need to get to the start of the course! Is there a fast way to
you
get
gotta
back?
get back.
Or do I have to...
Anyway, Pearl challenges him to build a custom tree, and I can't wait to see what kind of corpses he puts into that one.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
what, the eucalyptus?
Yeah.
Is that
eucalyptus?
That... Yes! And that is why I just stole Scar's trees for my base. That's all I did.
And that's about it for this week's recap. My name is LoyXP. Don't forget to leave a like while you're still here and subscribe so you won't miss the future recaps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.